Hey guys, welcome to another episode of One Hot Topic. So today is July 7, 2025, and it's currently 7:15 in the evening here in the hot Phoenix area. So I've been out for the last couple of days due to some health concerns, not emergency, thanks God, but enough to for me to kind of take a step back. But despite that, I've been keeping up with social media and all the updates, especially on Miss Universe Thailand, as I have few favorites I'm rooting for. And I also follow several beauty pageant platforms like Missology. So, just 13 hours ago, Missology posted an entry about Miss Universe Thailand's live sales event. And I have to say, guys, what is going on? So let's take a look at what the post is all about. Okay, it says this scene from Miss Grand Thailand is repeating itself again in Miss Universe Thailand, but now in digital version. So apparently all candidates were live selling on TikTok, and then hours later they started posting their stats on Instagram, showcasing how many sales they made throughout the day. And the commentary pointed out how disheartening it is to watch some of the candidates struggle, especially those with only small following. So the entry continues. We even saw Miss Sofan Buri, Angelina Skywalker, who was very kind enough in helping a candidate of another province by letting her on her live, as she had only 1,000 followers and almost no viewers. So sad. This seems very unfair, as how would they even compete with giants just like Vina, who has almost 1 million followers? It also gives the image that the ones who make the highest sales will enter the top 20, regardless of their actual potential. So while this is something which might be dignified, honest, decent way of earning money and culturally accepted in Thailand, this, however, could be really very degrading to beauty queens from the other side of the world who like maintaining high standard and classy image, especially the Europeans. It's probably one of the reasons a top-notch candidate such as Emilia Dides resigned. And we'll be looking into Emilia Dides very soon before we end this episode. And imagine winning and ending up like this. Even Rachel admitted it was her worst case scenario experience, throwing her ego and dignity down onto the ground. It could have been done in more classy way as TV ads, billboards, or requesting professionals in videography, photography, and graphic design to create videos, photos, and banner to spread across their social media, or even the candidates simply filming themselves and taking photos with their own cell phones with the products, then sharing. But live selling really doesn't look as something like a queen should be doing, as it gives a low image of sales machines is training in a factory or sales girls and not beauty queens. So as you can see, the post really questioned the fairness of it all. And how can anyone truly compete with someone like Vina, truly? She's got a huge following, a huge fan base, and I actually agree with Missology's sentiment. While live selling might be culturally accepted in Thailand, it can come across as undignified to pageant contestants from other regions. Europe is a good example by Missology, but even in the Americas, this would be considered quite unusual. Just can you imagine someone like Atisa Manalo or even Katrina Gray doing this? So, thanks God Katrina Gray was past, this era of pageantry, but I would not be able to imagine someone like Atisa Manalo doing this. Because you know what? Many Filipino contestants come from affluent or well-established families, because pageants are very expensive to enter, especially if you are very new. And I just do not see most of them participating in live selling. Maybe a few here and there might want to do it for fun or as a challenge, but they'd likely get tired of it very quickly. Now, with TikTok selling being mocked by so many, even Filipinos themselves, it just feels unfamiliar in this context. Sure, people in the Philippines do live selling. I haven't seen a lot though, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that's more like a personal business or a personal business venture, not a strategy or requirement in a beauty competition. Because trying to sell on TikTok as part of a pageant program feels so foreign. And again, just to be clear, you are in my channel, so these are all just my personal opinions. And I'm not talking for all Filipinos out there. I'm only speaking for myself, by the way. So, again, going back to the post, this may be one of the reasons why Emilia Dides resigned. And it is reminiscent of Rachel Gupta's experience, almost. And it's true that there are definitely more elegant ways to raise funds through TV ads and billboards and all that. But when it's done tastefully, it could be more effective than live selling. Because live selling tends to diminish the image of a queen and make her come across like a sales rep. Which basically, that's what we're gonna see on this first video coming up. So we've seen more refined approaches recently, like that of Miss Supra national competition. Candidates' product campaigns were done with so much class, I think. A good example is Tara Valencia, who did lots of promotional videos by herself using her phone of several of Miss Supranational's sponsors. I took no offense to it all. And in fact, in my previous video, I commended them for how well it was done and how well it was presented. Of course, we understand that sponsors need visibility and support, but that doesn't mean it has to be done in a way that looks very cheap or unpolished. So anyways, here, when you look at this video of the live selling event for Miss Universe Thailand, it's really chaotic. All the candidates are in one convention hall selling on TikTok at the same time, and it's so rowdy, it's so noisy. People are shouting and some candidates are standing and some look like they are walking around. It's like a palenque in Magsaysay in Baguio, behind Maharlika building where they sell produce, meat and dry items. So you can see this one candidate here in blue dress who stood up, started walking with her camera. Look at the person on the other side of the table looking at her, visibly unhappy. Guys, it feels more like an auction event than a pageant event. I'm looking at that container and it might have been that Rachel was also selling the same item in one of her videos with Mr. Nawat. So some appeared to be enjoying it. I see that. Maybe because they have probably more followers or that they are used to this format. I get it. Again, maybe in Thailand this is the norm, but it's really hard to picture this for the rest of the pageant world. This just doesn't scream Miss Universe to me. Maybe Miss Grand International, yes, but even then, it's not appealing to me personally. I know I'm only one person. So I might tune in to MGI if there is drama, because I'm also a Marites, but I will definitely not watch MGI as a fan. And I'm a little bit approaching that same outlook towards Miss Universe. I truly do feel bad for the candidates. National directors and countries involved may need to reconsider how they approach these competitions. If I were a candidate from the Philippines and I was told that I'm going to Miss Grand International, I would probably say no and ask for other options, if there are other options. Of course not. But I'd rather go to Miss Supranational or Miss Earth or Miss World, and of course those ones are separate pageantry, but I'll probably not join Miss Grand International. I want to go someplace that maintains that high pageantry standard. Again, it looks like Miss Universe is kind of fading away. It just doesn't feel like one of that big five pageants anymore. That's what I feel. Again, I couldn't see Atisa Manalo doing this. But I'm really surprised even Opal Sochata I saw was doing live selling on TikTok. But we will look at that video together. I think that was an old video. So here is my question, and feel free to comment on the comment section. Are other national Miss Universe pageants doing this too? Like Miss Universe Paraguay, like Miss Universe USA for sure. I don't think so. How about Miss Philippines, Miss Universe Philippines, Miss Universe Indonesia, Miss Universe Vietnam? Are they also doing some live selling on TikTok? Is this just Miss Universe Thailand? I mean, you'd think that there'd be a consistent program across all countries, something proprietary to Miss Universe organization. But what does this mean for Miss Universe as a prestigious organization, though? Could this be its downfall, you think, guys? And there are many comments that I've read, even from Thai fans, that don't agree with it. They're saying this is turning into another Miss Grand International TikTok selling competition. Is truly disappointing. So as I look at some of the videos and try to lower the speed, that way I can see everybody, I see Mr. Nawat himself. You'll notice him here standing, that's him. And you'll notice some of the candidates are trying to do their best. Look at this contestant in the back wearing a white blouse with her hair in a ponytail. She doesn't look like she's really feeling it. Okay. So honestly, if I were the contestant with that face mask on my face, I wouldn't want that footage plastered all over social media. If that were you, how would you feel? Or I get that she's trying to showcase the product, but something just feels off about it. Don't you think? It's just lots of chaos, guys. I'm really honestly concerned for the rest of the girls if this is now becoming an expected segment in Miss Universe. Will this be a part of the actual big Miss Universe 2025 coming up in November? I mean, I know Filipinos will rally around Atisa, but it's scary for the rest of the delegates. And as far as Miss Universe Thailand is concerned, is live selling now a new mandatory part of the competition too? Because it seems like Mr. Nawat is saying this is something they must do. So who knows, right? Look, towards the end, they even placed Engfa at the end of this video because she's really good at it. If you've seen her live selling streams with Charlotte, you'd know what I mean. They've got this platform, I tell you. So now let's talk about Vina on this next video here, and she is one of their major contestants. I happened to come across this video where she was asked about her thoughts on live selling, so let's take a listen.
Very good quality. Please don't look down on the live selling because all the products are very good quality and it's been approved by FDA, and clinically tested. And also, if you want to do so, you can just have your phone and then record yourself. That's it. You can earn anything that you want from that. And it's so easy. And I want to encourage all the girls, all people out there to do so because you can do it anytime, anywhere. And, you know, you can have a better quality of life as well.
Also, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the Filipino flag in this video, okay? I'm not sure if she was in the Philippines. Clearly, the interviewer is Filipino, that I can tell. I'm not sure if did he give her the flag? Either way, just the context is just so unclear. But here, she seems very comfortable with live selling. And I actually saw more videos of her doing it, and she appears quite natural, guys. And in more recent videos, some posted just 6 hours ago, Vina continues to do live selling. This time, it does say Miss Universe in the back. It appears she might be doing it by herself in a separate area and not with the whole delegation. Again, this was posted 6 hours ago. Is it because she's the fan favorite? Or maybe because her sales are at the highest? That's the reason why she is on a separate area and not sitting with the rest of the delegates. I couldn't find her in that earlier group video. I tried, like I said, I tried to watch it in slow motion. I couldn't find her there. And here too, interestingly, she's not alone and she has actual people assisting her. So why does she have 2 people supporting her in the background? Is that acceptable to have the whole team or a team selling with you? Because that would be helpful, right? To kind of like do some of your ad-libs. I just have so many questions. Is she doing selling separately maybe? Is it, but it is for the same competition because it's clearly labeled Miss Universe in the back, so it has to be official. Unfortunately, some of these videos don't have English translations, and the comment sections don't give much insight either, so I truly couldn't tell. Could it be that they're doing daily live selling as part of their regular daily program? And if so, that is a major shift on how pageantry works. It seems Venus doing quite well, but there are mixed feelings, and some fans from Thailand feel Miss Universe Thailand is turning into something very different. Clearly, also a cultural shift. For many in Thailand, live selling again might feel normal, even empowering, but to outsiders or outside viewers, especially fans of traditional pageantry, it does feel very unusual. And that's where we find ourselves now, navigating the balance between tradition, innovation, and marketability in these modern beauty pageants. And some of the comments make sense. Again, I can't really fault anyone for being a fan of Miss Grand Thailand or Miss Grand International. It's a Thai founded pageant with strong cultural backing and identity tied to Thai people. But things feel a bit different when you take it to international stage and expect candidates from other countries to follow the same standards. They are vying for a Miss Universe crown, not a Miss Grand International crown. So there has to be a distinction between the two organizations. And that's the problem with Mr. Nawat now being an executive, even if he's regional, being an executive for Miss Universe and also the CEO for Miss Grand International. You are on murky waters there, Mr. Nawat. I feel like the lines are so blurred at this point in time. So let's look at some of these comments here. It says here, Vina is not a good seller, but her fans support her a lot. And another one concluded that Nawat makes money from beauty queen fans. He's very rich and smart. And honestly, again, I have to agree, Mr. Nawat is a smart guy. And I want to take that away from him. I'm a fan of his hustle. He's definitely a hustler, guys, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm trying to separate Nawat the hustler from Nawat the organizational leader. There is a big difference. And right now, again, he is on murky waters. If it were only his organization like MGI, fine, do whatever you have to do, right? But when it comes to Miss Universe, which is, it's almost like a tradition, right? That's a whole different level. Then again, of course, this is based on the last video I'll be showing. It seems like Khun Anne is part of this too, and she is the CEO, one of the CEOs for Miss Universe. I wonder what Mr. Rocha's role is. Is he just giving all the decision making to Anne? Maybe he's probably got a higher control or more control of the organization. I don't know. In my opinion, though, it seems like she agrees with the setup, and that's why they are just going through with it. Now, here's another comment. It says, beauty contest or sales contest? I'm confused. Yeah, it will reach that point where people will be confused. And some people say girls who are prettier or more talented but can't sell are being rejected. Then why even have a contest? That's true. Why not just go straight to selling if that's what determines who makes the top 20, right? It just doesn't seem fair for other girls who go through weeks of hard work, attending events, training, and interviews only to have live selling be the deciding factor of whether they make it or not. And here's what another one person said. I stopped watching. These beauty queens are just here to sell things. And this is probably also a traditional pageant fan. And another person here said, why even have a contest? It's not a contest, it's a cooking show. And this wasn't even from a Filipino fan, okay? This was a Thai viewer saying it. So it's just not Filipinos calling it that, okay? It's like we're selecting salespeople or brand ambassadors rather than advocates. And here's another person saying or asking, where's the pride in that? In the past, beauty queens who competed in the world stage were passionate about being voices for children, the environment, or social issues. And now, I guess, at least on this stage, it seems like these beauty queens are only valuable for how much product they can sell for the organization. Okay, so just like we said, we're gonna look at some videos of Vina doing some live selling, and you can see here that she is actually doing it with Mr. Nawat. And I'm looking at some what they're selling. It looks like this is something that is ready to eat. It seems like it's a baked bread with something in the inside. Of course, I couldn't tell. I'm just looking at what it says in the box. And look at Mr. Nawat. I mean, he looks very happy, I have to say, in comparison to when he was doing it with Rachel Gupta, because he can probably feel and sense that Rachel is really not into this live selling. I mean, looking at how Vina is doing it, like I said, she looks very natural and in tuned with whatever they're doing. Okay, so our next video here is actually Opal Sochata. So Opal Sochata, if we remember her journey, she actually represented Thailand to the 2024 Miss Universe, and she won, but I think she is a runner-up. And what happened was that, of course, being it that she is Thailand's representative to the big one, Miss Universe, pageantry, then we know that she is actually the Miss Universe Thailand, right? So here, this photo or this video was actually posted last year, and we can see the date here. This was posted June 21, 2024, and it does say here Opal Live selling rice with Chian. So I'm not sure who Chian is, but she is doing some live selling here because Khun Anne, or Anne Jakra Hutatip, if I am saying it correctly, Khun Anne, it seems like she supports online selling as well. Okay, so I wasn't really planning on reading some articles, but just because we are almost ending with Opal Sochata, I kind of want to just review what happened between Opal Sochata and Mr. Nawat. So on this article written by Hanidan on April 10, 2025, the title is Nawat Expanded Miss Universe Thailand, banned the reigning Miss Final Walk, and revealed a disdainful attitude. So it starts with, since Mr. Nawat bought the copyright, Miss Universe Thailand has always caused controversy in this contest. Recently, he also irritated fans when he made statements about Miss Universe Thailand's belonging to the old application. Not stopping there, he also banned the reigning Miss Final Walk. So recently, many people flooded into Mr. Nawat's live stream and frankly questioned whether the beauties who were crowned Miss Universe Thailand and Miss Universe Thailand are allowed to attend the event of the provincial contest, which are part of the group of this beauty playground. Mr. Nawat attracted attention when he announced "say no" to these beauties because they are under the management of the old unit, which used to hold the copyright of Miss Universe Thailand. It's added here, the keyword-based response behavior contest will also be banned from use because this is the quote-unquote specialty of the former unit that once created for Miss Universe Thailand. Only one beauty who was crowned Miss Universe Thailand during the contest organized by his former unit was broken by Mr. Nawat. This is Pawensuda Drowin, Miss Universe Thailand 2019, because she has had a discord and is no longer in contact with the former unit that organized this contest. And there is Opal Sochata. These announcements mean that Mr. Nawat implicitly banned Opal Sochata from Final Walk, even though he is still in office. Opal Sochata is the closest Miss Universe Thailand chosen by her former unit. The Queen once brought success to Thailand when she entered the top 5 of Miss Universe 2024 and stopped at the 3rd runner-up. So she was actually a 3rd runner-up. Mr. Nawat's new rules for the Miss Universe Thailand contest caused fierce controversy, like always. Many people expressed frustration at the toxic competition and lack of objectivity from Mr. Nawat. So many people also think that Mr. Nawat is breaking all the core elements of the Miss Universe Thailand contest in particular and Miss Universe in general. That's what I feel too. On February 17, Mr. Nawat, chairman of the Miss Grand International, posted a photo taken with a white wall with the words Miss Universe with the caption MGI is the official copyright holder. On the same day, beauty website Sash Factor confirmed that Mr. Nawat is the new national director for Miss Universe Thailand. This website also said that a press conference was held on February 18 to announce this information. In order to be able to participate in the organization of Miss Universe 2025, Mr. Nawat spent 136 billion VND to buy the copyright of Miss Universe Thailand. After taking over the management of Miss Universe Thailand, Mr. Nawat implemented a series of plans to, guess what guys, commercialize the contest. Shaking hands with the transgender billionaire Anne Jakafong Chakrahuttatip, the owner of Miss Universe, to plan to hold the Miss Universe 2025 contest in Thailand shows Nawat's ambition to expand her influence in the field of beauty. However, many beauty fans expressed concern that the Miss Universe Thailand and Miss Universe contest would deteriorate after falling into the hands of Mr. Nawat. That's basically what I'm saying too, guys. After acquiring Miss Universe Thailand, Mr. Nawat made statements attacking Miss Cosmo contest and Miss Paula Sugart, causing fierce controversy. Mr. Nawat said that Miss Cosmo contest deliberately copied Miss Universe by inviting Paula and former Miss Universe to sit in the judge's chair to attract attention. Mr. Nawat's behavior makes many people worried about the future of Miss Universe. Many people think that people like Mr. Nawat will turn beauty contest into a playground for the moderator, not for the contestants and title bearers. Okay, so that was actually a good article, although it kind of took me forever to read it. I'm not sure if it's because of the advertisements on both sides of the pages, but he actually banned that final walk because, again, Opal Sochata belonged to that quote-unquote old unit. Okay, this is a critical video, and I wanted it towards the end to address some of the questions that we do have about Miss Universe organization and Miss Universe Thailand. And so I tried to type the way it was translated, and like I said, I don't know if it's an apple to apple translation. I don't know if it is truly conveying what Mr. Nawat is trying to say. But he says in here, I think everyone knows the context of Miss Universe Thailand and Miss Grand Thailand clearly. Therefore, do not think that these two stages are the same. He said it's impossible. The only thing that would be the same is similar because it's the spirit of big Miss Universe pageant policy is that it has to be sold. That's what he said. Therefore, it can't be sold. Okay? I don't know what that means, but then he added, it's hard to win Miss Universe because Khun Anne has a policy to produce lots of products and that we have to grow and become rich together, he stated. He said, so it's hard not to sell things. Many people ask if they have to sell things. It is the spirit of Miss Universe organization, and it's my spirit. Therefore, we are Miss Universe Thailand, we follow. So it seems like he is trying to imply that that's really the policy of the big Miss Universe organization, that they have to sell. So does that mean to say truly that during the November pageantry that we will be seeing the same setup? What do you guys think? And if so, I will be very disappointed if they will be adopting that new concept. And I think, like I really say, that's going to be the downfall of the Miss Universe organization. Okay, so now let's look at some of the comments that Mr. Nawat received from that live TikTok show, and we'll be translating it in English. So let's look at the first one with 6,126 views probably. Okay, it says in here, New York feel good. It says, in the context of a beauty queen, it is actually a diplomatic cultural exchange or social work and a good model. If you want to sell good things, do not waste time competing. You can find the ticks. Okay, not sure what he said. I'm so sorry, but I actually had to read it quietly and try to understand what this person is saying. But anyways, let's move on. Let's look at the next one. He said, not that the sales are bad, but the image of the sales is not just the basket, pleading for the buyer's sympathy to make the top of the target. There are many forms of sales, otherwise, why would there be a brand ambassador presenter? Okay, kind of get that. And again, a lot of these translations are probably not going to be what the people are saying, but so as long as it kind of gives you an idea of what the comment means, I'm okay with it. It says, selling things no matter, but come to say that if you can't sell things, it will win MU hard. This is not it. All done. Okay, so she was making, or he or she was making a comment about Mr. Nawat saying that we have to sell things. And it will be really hard to win Miss Universe if we cannot sell things, basically. So I agree with that. I mean, is that gonna be the parameter in winning Miss Universe Thailand? If so, that's fine. Leave it in Thailand, right? But if you have to bring it to the international Miss Universe stage, then I don't think that a lot of the girls or a lot of the contestants or pageant delegates are gonna like that. But I could be wrong. Let's look at the next one here. And all over the past era is finding beautiful people. Right now, it's finding vendors. That's true. Right now, it's actually finding vendors. Okay. Selling is strange. Some people say that it is not expensive, that the boss, that is Mr. Nawat, can buy the copyright because selling it. So copyright, they are referring to Miss Universe Thailand. Today, plus beauty queen cannot be expensive. Cheap because the business hopes for profit. So profiting on the beauty candidates probably. Okay, another one. Selling everyone has to sell no matter. But why can't sell things and it's difficult too? Want to focus on holism rather than focus on just the sales. And if beautiful people are good but small sales, isn't it? Okay. So this one is kind of making a comment about what Mr. Nawat said again, saying that it's really hard to win Miss Universe because of the selling component of it. Okay, so then this person is saying, why can't you look at the whole picture rather than just focus on the sales? So that if the candidate is really beautiful, but she only has a small sales, then it's really going to be difficult for this person to win it. You know, not just beauty, of course, you know, talent and being intelligent, all that makes up a beauty queen. But it seems like, again, here it does seem like Mr. Nawat is saying you have to also be able to sell, or that basically that's the primary parameter on who makes it to whatever top 20, top 12, I don't know. I think they said top 20. Okay, so this one it's saying, I think the context is different to grand. So she thinks that the Miss Universe context is different to that of Miss Grand International, and followed with, but I have to sell it because everything takes money. It's a business. Okay, Miss Universe is a business. She herself can earn money with a modern woman. She has to earn money. I mean, believe it or not, they are earning money, right? They get their endorsements once they win, or even just in their countries. It is truly another job. But what's happening here, I think, is just like with Miss Grand International, is that they're going to use these beauty queens to actually sell their products. Okay, so this one is pro Miss Universe or Mr. Nawat. It says, it's good. I think the contest is done and has an income for myself. Okay, better than the contest is done, work for the organization, but the income does not increase. There is work money. There is a position from the personal contest. We think it's good. Okay. So I'm trying to understand it. She said it's good. Okay, so she is pro the selling. She thinks that the contest is done and has an income for the person. I kind of get what she's trying to say there. I just cannot explain it. I'm at a loss. Okay. And that's really all for that. That's really all that it says there. So guys, before we end this episode, I want to take a moment to revisit Emilia Dides or Dides. I'm leaning towards the first way of saying her last name. She is a Chilean singer and a model and a beauty queen who gained national prominence after winning Miss Universe Chile in 2024 and also placing in the top 12 at the Miss Universe 2024 pageant. Okay, so Emilia is highly educated. She actually pursued formal music education at several institutions. So she went to the Escuela Moderna de Música y Canto, and that is a renowned music school in Chile. So just imagine how much would that cost her unless she was there for a scholarship. She also attended the Academia Alicia Puccio, which is a specialized academy for vocal training. Wow, I want to hear, and I'm actually gonna add some of her songs in here. I hope I don't get copyrighted. Okay, and then Universidad Mayor, so she also enrolled in the Conservatory of Music, although she later decided to freeze her studies to focus on her career. Okay, so additionally, after winning the talent competition, Rojo el color del talento, which is red is the color of the talent, I think that's what it means, in 2019, Emilia received a scholarship to study at the Jackie Arredondo's Music World in Miami, Florida. So just imagine Emilia selling chili paste and cashew nuts on TikTok. And fish sauce, by the way. By the way, can we also talk about how Missology was all over this? She said, did she freak out about the chili paste selling scandal online? My answer to that, Missology, is probably. And I will not read the whole article here or the whole post because we did that. Basically, we ripped it off, Missology. So we'll just probably, kind of give you a quick summary of what is here. And by the way, again, like I said, I love Missology, and I wouldn't know what to do without it. I love the platform, and I'm just always a fan of scrolling, reading whatever is happening, and believe it or not, I trust the platform. This platform, Missology, more than more than the others out there. Okay, so it says here the recent and very public fallout between Emilia Dides, former Miss Universe Chile, and one of the country's most celebrated beauty queens in Miss Grand Chile organization, has not only stirred conversation across pageant circles, but it also raises serious questions about the evolving nature of beauty pageants, the weight of contracts, reputation, and how candidates are being treated in today's digital era. So from the onset, this incident isn't really just about a title holder backing out. Okay, Emilia Dides is truly not our average contestant. Okay, she is a national icon, just like what Missology said here, and she is widely recognized and admired and known for her elegance and her professionalism. So her withdrawal from Miss Grand International 2025 is truly symbolic and very telling. Okay, so again, when a queen like her walks away even after signing a contract, the implications truly run deeper than other minor conflicts in the organization. The statement released by the national director of Miss Grand Chile is firm but, truly carefully worded, as it outlines a breach of contract and conveys a clear sense of betrayal. And the organization framed it as unjustified, unprofessional, and damaging. But the public is split on opinions, and for good reason. Okay, Miss Grand International has built a name for spectacle and high production, and it's been the center of multiple scandals like dethroning winners without explanation, finalists quitting shortly after, online fights, bizarre remarks from leadership, and also pushing questionable product endorsements. So it wouldn't be so outrageous to assume Emilia saw all this and thought, no way, Jose. It's not happening to me. She likely weighed in on the damages to her personal brand, and honestly, I truly do respect that. Because like I said, this isn't just about winning a crown, okay? It's not just about standing beside someone like Rachel Gupta when she got dethroned. It's about standing up for what is right, for the dignity of all women in pageantry, present, and future. So yeah, it's not far-fetched to believe that Emilia saw what was happening, saw where it could go, and decided that this wasn't for her. This is not her place to be. For someone who is already famous on her own merit, right? Already represented Chile at the Miss Universe, being seen selling chili paste on TikTok or getting publicly reprimanded by a pageant director might not align with her vision for her career. And that's a valid point. Much respect to her, truly. And after experiencing the structure and global prestige of Miss Universe at that time, right? Going to MGI probably feels like a step down for her. Not sure, just my opinion. I believe she was okay with it though. Maybe she was in between things when she signed a contract in February 2025. But then by the end of May, when the issue between Rachel and MGI became public, I think that's when she changed her mind. Can we conclude that Rachel Gupta's fallout likely served as both a warning and a wake-up call for her? Probably. Again, right? Probably. If I were her, I would also draw that line. That if remaining in the competition meant risking my reputation through forced product selling and hostile public relations, then I will probably choose to step away on my terms. So her decision reflects a desire to maintain control and not be reduced to a scandal or sales tactic. And while Miss Universe is going through its own mess right now, well, at least with both Khun Anne and Mr. Nawat as executives of Miss Universe, who knows what's coming, right? Maybe she'll consider Miss World like Opal Sochada. Either way, I'm not sure where Miss Universe will stand in 5 years with the way things are going. So let's see. So again, according to official statements, Emilia signed a contract. However, she never submitted a formal resignation. And the organization claims they only found out via social media when she started posting about going on a national musical tour. Yeah, legally, yes, a contract is a contract. But pageants don't thrive on legalities alone. They thrive on loyalty, on image, and reputation. And Emilia's exit may have been her way of taking back that control of her public image. That, it is a sign that she won't be reduced to pageant politics and product placements. So her actions, I would say, reflects a larger issue. How beauty queens are sometimes treated as tools rather than professionals, artists, or human beings. So her decision to leave was truly likely calculated. When you've seen queens dethroned, humiliated, or used for clicks, it sends this clear message that you truly are replaceable. And that's a message women like Emilia are starting to reject. So this isn't just about Miss Grand anymore. It could be a start of something bigger, a movement, hopefully, where beauty queens demand respect, transparency, and dignity, and rightfully so. They deserve it. So in the end, again, no crown is worth compromising your dignity. Emilia might face minor backlash from some people, right? But many of us respect her choice to walk away. Just like I respected Rachel Gupta walking away, even if Mr. Nawat would say she was dethroned. So I'm giving kudos to Miss Emilia for advocating for herself, for rejecting what doesn't serve her, and for showing us that standing your ground sometimes it speaks louder than any crown ever could. So that's all that I have for you today, guys. Thank you so very much for being with me for this episode of One Hot Topic, and I hope to see you soon. Please make sure to like this video, share this video, and subscribe, as it truly helps on the algorithm. Thank you, guys. Bye.